Hey guys, Jimmy here from StarCraft Game Battles, bringing you a great match between Deth, the blue Terran, and Artosis, the red Zerg. Now, let me give you a quick little question here. What's the last thing you want to see when you wake up in the morning, turn on your PC, start playing some beta, and do a little 1v1 ladder on Battle.net? Correct, you do not want to run into Artosis. That would just ruin your morning. You'd leave you screaming, mouth agape, wondering, oh great, now I'm going to lose. I'm going to have another loss on my record. But, Deth's taking it pretty easy. He's first got to go through all the possibilities. Could be a fake, which we will check the APM here. Doesn't look very fake to me, although APM is quite easy to fake, as you guys can see me clicking and mashing buttons here. But looks pretty typical Artosis to me. Not gonna doubt it for right now. We will be watching a very competitive match here, as the comments did say that Deth gives Artosis a run for his money, which sounds awesome. But yeah, there is nothing special about Deth. He's not a pro player. He doesn't play in any tournaments, as far as I know, and have looked up. Just a typical average Joe trying to play some Battle.net, along with Artosis, just a typical average Joe trying to play some Battle.net. And we will see the Overlord scouting his base fairly soon, revealing that he is doing the 12 barracks, placing down on the ramp to prevent the Zerglings from rushing to his base and just utterly destroying everything. Nobody wants that. Artosis does look like he's scouted out this entire area, quite wary of possible barracks proxy cheese with a Reaper, and definitely placing a bunkered Reaper behind mineral lines to cause even more devastation for fast expansion. Artosis is playing as the actual Artosis would, dropping a spawning pool at a relatively reasonable time. Quite possibly could have opted for a later spawn pool, as it is the massive map of Desert Oasis, which does take 5 miles, 2 years, and a whole eternity. It will be your birthday before you reach the other side of the map with your troops to attack the enemy's base. But not to worry, as Deth here is going straight for his command center all on time, dropping down a refinery fairly quickly. Not sure if that's such a great idea, but his own strategy. We'll get into that in a second. We do notice that Artosis is dropping down his natural right here, going for a fast expand. Do not see any gas. Will be getting his metabolic boost quite slowly, so he does have no intention of rushing anytime soon in this match, and it doesn't look like he would be able to anyways without Baneling busting through the wall of the factory and barracks. Drone will be retreating back to base with half of its HP taken away. But back over to here. Oh, and he did something else that is kind of weird too. Alright, Deth tried to sit here, and Jimmy's going to have to rack his brain trying to explain what's going on here. He did get this refinery extra early, and Jimmy doesn't like that because it is quite a waste of resources. I don't see him spending his gas, which he now has 200 of, anytime soon. Possibly if he was going for a siege tech, maybe Hellion upgrade, but he doesn't look like he's doing anything. So this is a waste of 75 minerals and waste of 3 SCVs that could be mining more. As you see, there's a very large gap between the gas and the mineral line and the supply depot. Now this isn't as bad as it looks. People are like, well, that's just stupid. Well, it's not entirely stupid, as if you do it in the early game, it gives you a spare $100 straight in cash right up front, and saves you the SCV time of having to build another supply depot. It is almost as cost efficient as a mule, but not quite. It's great for getting out early troops, but I don't see him setting himself up in a position where he would be getting out early troops in the first place, as it's quite viable of a strategy if you're trying to mass produce marauders really quickly, or possibly doing a Hellion proxy. But doesn't look like that's what he's doing. Speaking of Hellion, he will be attempting to get into the natural right here, but the Queen and the bodyguard roaches are like, nope, get the hell out of here, boy. And they fought him off, and he will be running back to meet his other friend, which will be driving all the way over here to kill this disgusting, annoying Zergling, using the Zonaga advanced technology to look at the perimeter. But Artosis does seem to have blocked off his ramp with 2 roaches, and is going to be going for that lair. Base looks pretty saturated, everything looks pretty good. We will take a quick look over here at what Deth is getting, he does have his armory down. We'll be getting a Thor. Shall we see Medevac? Medevac, possibly. Dropping in a Thor, doing some economy harassment. I'm guessing Medevac's going to be coming fairly soon. A great idea is to get Thor on this map, besides the fact that Thor does great versus Zerg anyways, especially on Desert Oasis, where a Terran versus Zerg, you can most likely obviously assume that your Zerg opponent will go straight for mutas and fly across to harass your mineral line. Thor's great for defense. Deth will be picking out this Overlord here, doing a great job of Overlord sniping, putting back, actually supply blocking poor Artosis, which is quite unfortunate as those larvae all just hatched. We'll be flying back to his base, and we do see the Thor drop going right here. I knew what Deth was up to. You can't escape me, Deth. I can stare into your brain, read your mind, but not really, because Jimmy's just your typical average commentator. We'll be dropping off Thor right here to harass his mineral line. I would go for the gas. Looks like Deth is going for the gas too. Queen has got to back out, as you think Thor makes mincemeat of drones. He does make even bigger mincemeat of Queen, as we can see right here, escaping with just 2 HP. Oh, Deth! Kill that thing now. Drop that right now. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. What are you doing, Deth? What the hell are you doing, Deth? Come on now. What are you doing? Kind of makes me mad, but can't really. I want to talk trash, but I can't. Must refrain from talking trash. Jimmy cannot get mad, as Deth is playing against Artosis, and Jimmy has never played against Artosis before. We'll be sending it back over here to pick up this Queen. Please pick up the Queen. Teach it a lesson. Does not get to survive. Drop it down. Kill the Queen. Very good. There we go. But please, the roaches are coming. Don't let that Queen snipe that medevac. Very close. Well done, Deth. Well done. You have made me very proud, young Padawan. He is going to be flying back to his base to repair those, and his Viking will be going out again to snipe some more Overlords. Looking pretty grim for Artosis in terms of harassment. He is just now fixing that gas. Was a slight decrease in gas, which I guess we're not seeing mutas anytime soon. Interesting, but not a horrible idea to not get it, as it is quite a common strategy. But it's such a good use for harassing this expansion, and even this expansion over here. But Deth is getting his expansion dropping off right now, so he will be bouncing back up to compete with Artosis in the economic lead. There we go. Stray away from those words that are hard to pronounce during commentary. He is dropping down a evolution chamber and an infestation pit, which will be producing infestors, which is great for taking care of those Thors, as mind control from the neural parasite will give him full control over the Thors. Terran, if you have that happen to you and you don't know what's going on, you're probably crying, well, how do I beat that? What you need to do is get out a couple ghosts and drop EMP all over the infestors, as they do use energy to do that, just like the Thor has energy and infestor has energy. Just it's not just for Protoss, folks. But another great use for infestor energy is to drop that fungal growth on top of medevacs and possible Thor harassment, making it an instant economic drop in minerals for the poor guy who was harassing you. So if you ever, if you're playing Zerg and you're fighting Terran and the Terran's just really pissing you off with the constant dropping, you can get that that fungal growth out. Just slap it on top of the guy. He won't be going anywhere anytime soon. You can just slowly take your time, just picking off that Thor, which is what all Zerg love to do. In the event of a Thor harass, Thor drop, we do see Deth getting ready for another Thor drop here. He will be hunting more Overlord with this Viking, as he is checking out all the stops right here. Overlord is unloading his bowels all over the ground right here. Terran find that utterly disgusting. Going to teach that Overlord a lesson. He needs to keep the fecal matter on the other side of the field. There we go. Get out of our area. And another Overlord going down. Looks like it was an attempted expansion. Well, now he knows. I mean, now he knows. So, yeah. So, Deth's making a mental note. 3 drones right here, not looking too good. I guess Artosis was going for an island expansion. Interesting choice. Fungal growth, just what I was talking about, all over those. He was unable to move that Thor as it tried to drop in to do more damage. Now the medevac is contemplating suicide as it will have to return back to HQ, informing the commander that he has lost the precious cargo of the Thor. Most likely already committed suicide as it is remaining stationary, but we do see Vikings moving in, hunting more overlords, just doing great job of that, Deth, keeping the overlords on their toes. As you can see, Artosis has only one scout out in the field, scouting out the delicious abyss of possible museum recreation of the Tyrannosaurus bones that are laying right down there. Looking like a pretty hefty army full of Hellions. Take a quick look, see if that's upgraded. No.